Hello, welcome back. This is Anil Sharma, motivational speaker, corporate trainer and life coach. If you are a recruiter or if you are founder of any startup or if you are CEO of any organizations who is managing the affairs of entire organization, one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest challenges you might face or in fact you might be facing in your career is finding right people for the job that exist in your organizations. How to find right people for the right job, because according to you the vacancies that exist in your organizations, they are right job, but finding right people for those right jobs at times become uphill task. How to find right people, what qualities to look for in prospective candidates so that when they come to join your organizations, when they come on board, they become an asset for the company, they become asset instead of becoming liabilities. Today in this video I'm going to talk about three most important qualities any recruiter or any CEO must look in his employees, in his prospective employees, so that when they come on board, they become an asset instead of becoming liability. What are those qualities? Very first quality any recruiter must look in its prospective candidates so that whenever they join the organization, whenever they join your team, they become asset instead of becoming liabilities. What is the very first quality? The very first quality any recruiter must look in prospective candidates is intelligence. Of course, most of the selections in different organizations are made only on the basis of qualifications, skills and intelligence. So intelligence is the very first step that will help you find a right suitable candidate for your team, for your organization. Look for intelligence. Look for the people who take intelligent decisions. Look for the people who are intelligent team players. Look for the people who are intelligent leaders. Look for the people who have a higher degree of decision making capability, and they have a good sense of understanding situations, good sense of reading situations. They can read between the lines. Intelligence define all these kind of traits and all these kind of capabilities. So look for the people, look for intelligence in the prospective candidates so that whenever they join your team, whenever they come on board, instead of becoming liabilities, they become a asset for your organization and they make positive contribution for the growth and development of your company. Look for intelligence. Second quality which you must look in any prospective candidate is enthusiasm for the position or enthusiasm for the work. Well, what happens, what we normally say, burnout syndrome. Why does it happen? Most of the organizations, most of the companies are grappling with this syndrome nowadays, burnout syndrome, because enthusiasm has died down. A candidate is being paid good amount of money. A candidate is being paid good amount of salary. But even after that, there is no enthusiasm for the work. But even after that, the flame of enthusiasm has, completely extinguished. So look for the people who are enthusiastic. Look for the people who are raring to go with the work. Look for the people who do not take work as burden. They take work as one of the challenges or a set of challenges to overcome. So look for the people who are enthusiastic to work. Look for the people who are excited to work with you. Look for the people who will go extra mile to achieve any target. This is what enthusiasm stands for. So second most important quality any recruiter or any HR manager must look in its candidates, prospective candidates, is enthusiasm for the position, enthusiasm for the work. Third, last but not the least, I think the third quality is the most important quality and very difficult to gauge, very difficult to ascertain, is integrity. If a person is full of enthusiasm, if a person is very intelligent, but if the person is not good in integrity, but the person his integrity is questionable, that person will become malicious for your organization. That person is going to be a malicious person for your team, for your company and overall growth of the organization. So look for the integrity, look for traits of honesty, truthfulness. You know very well what integrity stands for. So in your prospective candidates, look for integrity. Now the next question comes in our mind. Next question arises, how to check integrity? During the interview process, I believe checking integrity is a bit tough. It's quite tough. But when you take a candidate on board, when a candidate comes to join you, and initially that person is for a probation period of say 3 months or 6 months, not more than 6 months, I think probation goes on. So during this probation period of 3 months or 6 months, give him power. Delegate certain amount of power. Delegate certain amount of decision making responsibility to that person. And during that period, when a certain amount of power is delegated to that person, how that person behaves, whether power corrupts him, whether he take right decision, keeping balance between his responsibility and the power, it will display integrity. So if you want to check integrity of any person, give little bit of power, give little bit of decision making, how that person wields that power, how he deals his power equation with his teammates or the people who are working under him, or in any group he's going to work with, how that person behaves. Thus you can check integrity of any person. I believe integrity plays a very, very important role in any candidate becoming a good or positive asset for any organization in the long run. So always look, if you are a recruiter, if you have recently launched your startup and you are looking for people, right kind of people who will come on board and join your startup and take it to the next level of growth and development, then look for 3 qualities in any person.